Hello and welcome. We are keeping it simple, the series where we break down the most complex news stories and make sense of them. Today, how do we understand the return of Sonia Gandhi as Congress President beyond all the mummy returns jokes? Well, it's quite clear that Sonia Gandhi, who now holds the record for being the longest serving president of the Congress party, she was actually president for 19 years and God knows how long this tenure is going to be, even though she's supposed to be an interim Congress president. What is clear is that Sonia Gandhi and her daughter Priyanka have prevailed over Rahul. Rahul, it is well known, was in favor of the family actually stepping out of the way. And to give him credit, he has stuck to his decision, he has stuck to his resignation, and he had claimed that actually nobody from his family was going to be the next president, and he had even claimed that he was not even going to be part of the meeting that decided what happened next. But of course, that part of the promise he didn't keep. He was back at that fateful Congress Working Committee meeting, even though he claimed that those talks were about the situation in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, if we were to look at this, I think it's well known from sources close to the family that the mother and daughter had one set of opinions on what should happen next, and Rahul had quite another. Rahul, it is believed, actually wanted to move away, actually wanted to step aside. But Sonia Gandhi was not willing for him and the family to let go of the control of the party. So when we see the return of Sonia Gandhi as the interim Congress president, the one thing it tells you is that the family is back. There was a phase in the middle where you actually saw Congress leaders breaking ranks, showing that they're not scared of the Gandhi family anymore. The fact that Milind Deora and Jyotiraditya Scindia were among those who took different positions from the Gandhi's position on Article 370 is a very, very telling sign. But the reinstatement of Sonia Gandhi at the helm of power tells you that the mother and daughter are sending the message that not just are they not going anywhere, but they will continue to control the party for the foreseeable future. Now, what does this mean for those who may have thought that there was a chance for them to get more significant roles? You had a Shashi Tharoor openly calling for elections. You had an Amarinder Singh, who initially at least called for somebody like Sachin Pilot to take the helm. You had a sense that the young Turks, as it were mobilizing together, worried about their own future, were talking to each other, were confabulating, and were hoping that finally there may be a non-Gandhi at the helm. What Sonia Gandhi's reinstatement and return tells you is that Sonia Gandhi is sending a message to all rebels. If you challenge the authority of the Gandhi family, you will have to pay the consequences, just like anybody who challenged her or the family in the past has had to do. And let's look no further than something that took place just this week. Pranab Mukherjee, a veteran of the Congress party, was officially recognized with the Bharat Ratna. The Gandhi family was not present. The Gandhi family was conspicuous with its absence, by its absence. And the fact is that the Gandhis have never forgiven Pranab Mukherjee for having independent ambitions of his own. This, of course, is well documented. It goes back in the subject of political lore to the time when Indira Gandhi had been assassinated, and Rajiv Gandhi did ask Pranab Mukherjee what should happen next. And Pranab Mukherjee is said to have spoken about how the senior most minister could take charge of the government. The senior most minister was him. And we know now that perhaps Pranab Mukherjee has never been forgiven for having ambitions of his own. Take a look at history to see how two non-Gandhi leaders who head the Congress party were treated. Narasimha Rao, who was humiliated by the family even in his moment of death. Or Sitaram Kesri. Sitaram Kesri was the Congress president when Sonia Gandhi, after years of saying that she was not interested in politics, displaced in a bloodless coup, prevailed and persuaded by her party members to take charge. And if you look at stories from that time, you will read that Sitaram Kesri was actually locked, some say in a bathroom in the party headquarters, to prevent him from coming out while Sonia Gandhi was taking charge, to prevent him from making his move. Similarly, Rajesh Pilot, whose son today, Sachin Pilot, was seen to be a key contender for possibly the post of Congress president. Rajesh Pilot wanted to stand against Sonia Gandhi, was pressurized not to. Sharad Pawar, who had ambitions of his own, actually had to leave the party. Jitendra Prasad, whose son Jitin Prasad today is seen as a young Turk with ambitions of his own, we all know that he was penalized for actually daring to take on Mrs. Gandhi. So, you know, if you look at the history of the Congress party from Pranab Mukherjee right up until this point, the Gandhi family has virtually controlled the party like autocrats. You had a Jagan Reddy who developed political ambitions of his own, and he was ousted from the party, and today of course he's a successful chief minister in Andhra Pradesh and gets to have the last laugh. But as Sonia Gandhi returns, she is telling all the non-Gandhi leaders, if you're thinking of taking me on, you will be punished just like everybody who came before you was. So that's the second big message from Sonia Gandhi's reinstatement. The third thing that we can understand is that the Gandhi family is probably still not understood how dire the future of the Congress party is. Because it's too simple to say that there's a backlash against dynasty. If there was a backlash against dynasty, then it would be difficult to explain the success of other dynasts, for example, a Jagan Reddy, whom we were just talking about, who's done extremely well, or a Sachin Pilot, who's spoken about in flattering terms even by BJP voters. The fact is that the data shows you that 30% of elected members in the new Lok Sabha are dynasts. So the Gandhi family doesn't have to worry about dynasty by itself. The Gandhi family has to worry about the fact that they're seen to be entitled and feudal, that they convey a kind of right to rule assumption which the Indian voter doesn't like. And they are simply not ready to work hard, and they're simply not ready to be full-time 24/7 politicians, which is the template that Narendra Modi and Amit Shah have set. Let me give you a small example. Everybody said Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, the politician, has finally arrived when she went to Sonbhadra, where there was a horrific massacre that took place, and she sat there and she refused to leave, and she said she would not leave till she had met the victims of this absolutely casteist massacre that had taken place, and there was breathless commentary about how Priyanka Gandhi has arrived. But where is Priyanka Gandhi since then? There was an issue that happened of the rape, the Unnao rape, where you actually had family members of this young woman who had filed a case against a BJP legislator, mysteriously eliminated in a so-called truck accident. You had the whole country up in arms. Where was Priyanka Gandhi? Did she go to Unnao? Did she even go to Lucknow? You saw mobilizations of signatures happening by young Congress leaders. Big bulletin boards were put up, and they were inviting signatures of protest from young women. But where was Miss Gandhi Vadra herself? That appearance, yet again in Sonbhadra, was a guest appearance. And that has been the problem of the Gandhi family, that not just do they continue to be dynasts and not understand that their pedigree is a potential disadvantage today, they're not willing to work hard to translate their image from being entitled dynasts to people who are ready to work 24/7. So all of those people who said Priyanka Gandhi, the politician, had arrived, should today be eating their words. And lastly, Sonia Gandhi had her own Manmohan Singh in government. She continued to control the party without responsibility, while the Prime Minister was Manmohan Singh, who had to answer for the performance and everything that went wrong in the government. And today, while theoretically there are going to be elections for the next Congress president, it virtually doesn't matter. It's a non-story, because it's quite clear that whoever the AICC, the All India Congress Committee, actually elects, even after Sonia Gandhi, to be the Congress president, it's quite clear with Sonia Gandhi taking over at this point that whoever her successor is theoretically is a placeholder, he's an administrator, he's like a clerk, like a management clerk, and the power will continue to rest with the Gandhi family. So Sonia Gandhi is going to place her own Manmohan Singh in the party, and the biggest mistake that the Congress party is making is that if Rahul Gandhi or his sister saw themselves as the Narendra Modi, they needed to be looking for an Amit Shah. Instead, what they're going to do is place not even a Manmohan Singh, but a mere administrator in charge of the Congress party. And what it seems to say at the end of it is that the Congress party is in denial. The Congress party has not woken up to its existential crisis. There are other Congress men and women who may actually look at this farce that has played out and may actually leave the party. And perhaps Yogendra Yadav was right. If India needs a fresh, robust, strong opposition, and it really does, perhaps the Congress party needs to die first. It certainly looks like it has a death wish.